What's up, gamers? We have some big news. We're partnered. Sponsored? Partnered? I think it's the same difference. I'm not sure. But we got one of those. And, I say we, but it's really just me, Sean, and my editor, Sean. But that still counts as we. Now, just who are we partnered with? The cloud gaming service known as Boosteroid. I got the chance to use Boosteroid so I can, give you, the viewer, a good overview of how it is. And let me tell you, it's nice. There's two options you can go with for using Boosteroid. You can either use their website to have the game streamed to you from one of their systems, or you can use their application. At first, I used the app since the browser didn't work for me, more on that later, and it was alright. I played some Risk of Rain 2, good old Void Fiend main, and I would have completed the run if it weren't for that goddamned grandparent. But the gaming experience was satisfactory. The only issue I had was my own latency, which I suppose we should talk about. Cloud gaming is highly dependent on your own connection as well as device. That being the difference between PC, phone, TV, and laptops. And yes, Boosteroid does have something for all of those. So with a better internet connection, you will have a better experience. Easy enough. There is a speed test you can take to test your connection to the service to help you find out if your connection is good. Mine was alright. My bandwidth is amazing since, well, I'm a gamer. But my latency was slightly above the recommended latency. Sorry. Did I say slightly? I meant double. Boosteroid recommends less than 20 ms for your latency, and mine is roughly 40 to 50 ms, depending on how my internet's feeling. This, I'm assuming, is due to the distance between myself and their server. The closest one to me, I believe, was Texas, and I am in California, so I'd say there's a pretty good distance, and the latency is understandable. Now, I have experience with high latency since, as a young lad, I did live overseas occasionally, and playing online games like World of Warcraft and trying to join Minecraft servers occasionally were not very viable for me. But I still did it anyway, so 50 ms isn't really that bad. Now, let's backstep a bit to when I said the browser didn't work for me. At the time, I didn't feel like asking support for help since I really do not like contacting support or anything like that because it's human interaction. So I just downloaded the app and that worked, so I was like, cool. But I did want to use the browser version so I could tell you guys about that, so I contacted their support. The support was able to help me, but it did take a bit for them to respond, like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not too upset about it, considering I was able to do other things while waiting, but that's, it might take a bit. Their support is 24/7, and they are real people, which is why they might have taken a bit. The guy connected with me could have been helping someone else at the time, so it just took them a bit to respond to me. But again, they were able to help me, so I've got no complaints about that. Now at this point, you could be wondering what the issue really was. It doesn't sound like it was a big issue. And you'd be correct. It was kind of a haha funny, if I'm being honest. In hindsight. The issue was my browser. I use Opera GX because it's a pretty good browser. And while Boosteroid can work with Opera GX, it is not yet fully optimized, so I got the random chance of taking the big L. The browser that is meant to be used with Boosteroid is Google Chrome, and after opening that back up, I was able to use the browser version of Boosteroid. All good. Now, let's talk about my gaming experience on the browser version. It was better than the app version. There was a tangible delay on the app version, not large enough to affect my gameplay, mind you, but it was there. I played some more Risk of Rain 2 and also Path of Exile. I decided PoE because for some reason, whenever I download it myself, it doesn't work, and this was as good a chance as any to try it out. I made a new character on the PoE League, a fencer that I want to try and make a dual-wielding caster. I don't know if that's possible, but if past experiences with this game tells me anything, I won't make it to level 10. I'll be honest, PoE feels like a more clunky D3. I do like all the customizations that it has though. I won't get too much into it, maybe if I play more, but that'll be a different video. Oh, but I do want to show this one interaction.
I believe in treading right.
Like, okay, so what was I actually supposed to do there? Because what I did, it can't be what I had to do. It looked so dumb, it can't be the right answer. Now, I also did another Risk of Rain 2 run. Played my second main, Engineer. By the way, you can pry the walking turrets from my cold dead hands. The run was going well up until I revived its Siren's Call. If you've played this game before, you know that there's a boss in Siren's Call that gives you a guaranteed legendary when you kill it. I should not have engaged the boss. I did not have the damage for it. I got really unlucky with loot, and considering I can't move around fast as Engineer, I wasn't picking up every chest to save time. I was so slow, in fact, that I couldn't leave the boss's attacks, cause the boss has a move where it targets a big area, plops you in the center of it sometimes, and if you don't notice it fast enough, you're stuck inside, can't move out fast enough. But also, even if you notice it fast enough, as Engineer specifically, with no movement items, you're dead. And that's how I ended up dying to the very boss I wanted to kill, because Engineer doesn't move fast enough. Awesome gameplay. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. I want to do more stuff like this, you know, the scripted content, the edited content. It's just that I feel like my editing skills aren't really up to par, at least with my script skills. I think the script's alright, but the editing is kind of lackluster, but not much I can do there yet. But I'm here to tell you that if you're at all interested in Boosteroid, there is a link down in the description, as well as in a pinned comment from yours truly with my link. It is not catered towards me, sadly, but if I ever get a link that's catered towards me, it's gonna have Beaversrock in there. But yeah, if you're interested in Boosteroid, want to try it out, go take that link down below. And it is a subscription. I forgot to mention that, but it is subscription based. but it's only like $5. Oh, I forgot to mention something else too. So, in Boosteroid, there are free games you can play, which are free games normally, but there are also games that require you to actually own them on Steam, Epic Games, or whatever other thing that you have them on. For example, Risk of Rain 2. You need to own Risk of Rain 2 on Steam to be able to play it on Boosteroid. I completely forgot to mention that, but here I am mentioning it now. Yeah. How did I forget to put that in the script? My bad. But yeah. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, like the video, comment, etc., etc., and I'll know to make more like this sooner rather than later. That's it. I'll see you all next time. Peace out, gamers.